And we're ready now for the first on tap Golden Slipper Day here at Rosehill. Stand by for a break.
Okay guys, lead now.
They're ready now. Gates are back, they're off and racing, and Satnus jumped well with Inferencia wide out and Logano right there. Noble Soldier handy to the action as Twin Turbo goes forward in the early part, and Hell's Itch on the scene as well. My Fair Lady was in that clump but easing back. Irish Bliss cast out very deep. Rush Attack. They're followed by Jamara Beach trying to improve on the rails. Full Metal Jackets well back from Highborn Harry, and Hinch and Jive is back last of all. So Inferencia showed great speed to clear the pack and clear it easily out by 4 or 5 lengths now in Logano. Satnus in third. It's a Wonder running fourth, and then we've got some runners doing some work. Irish Bliss is out very wide going forward. Then came Twin Turbo. Just behind them Hell's Itch. Rush Attacks back on the rails. My Fair Lady off the track but going forward. Well back then Noble Soldier from Jamara Beach. Hinch and Jive, Full Metal Jacket, and Highborn Harry's last of all. There's been plenty happening behind the leader. Inferencia, Logano's closing in. My Fair Lady's done a ton of work. My Far Lady's done a ton of work in the run. Up on the outside of Irish Bliss. It's a Wonder now presenting. Back on the inside is Satnus down to the 300. Inferencia 2 lengths clear from Logano is battling away in second. Then Satnus. Twin Turbo looking for a run. Rush Attack's coming with a late run but still a long way back. But Inferencia in front. 100 metres to go. Rattling home is Twin Turbo. Satnus. Rush Attack wide out. Inferencia clinging on. I think it just scraped in from Twin Turbo. Highborn Harry flashing. Satnus close up. Those out wide didn't really get into it. It's a Wonder, Rush Attack. Irish Bliss did plenty of work. Then Full Metal Jacket, Logano, My Far Lady. Further back Noble Soldier, Hell's Itch, and Hinch and Jive.
Has Inferencia held on to win the first? If it has, it's been some hell of a performance in this opening race here today. Leading by at least 4 lengths mid-stages. Jason Collett going out with the lead for Newcastle trainer Rebecca Dunn. Has it held on? Twin Turbo is coming after it. Getting out after it quickly late. Highborn Harry is through the middle. It's Inferencia in front. There's the line. It looks on that as if it will, and on that it desperately has. Inferencia, number 14, has beaten 17 Twin Turbo and 11 Highborn Harry.
Well, did a bit of work, got across there. You'd think it'd be vulnerable late, and held them off right there at the finish. Might be a big day for Newcastle, and it starts off there. Twin Turbo, a little bit slow into stride, ridden all the way, and was excellent. And Highborn Harry going nowhere, and then found the fence and exploded there late. So advantage inside race 1, I'd say, and too good to win it. Did all the work, and although out on the feet late, had enough in hand for Collett.
Yeah, totally all honours with the winner, Ronnie. Like you said, drew it bad, forced to go forward. At one point, I reckon he was nearly 5 lengths in front there, Jason Collett, but just stuck on so gamely and well. With the run of the race, Highborn Harry, I thought he'd come from near enough to last, had his checkered run down the straight, but managed to attack the line. But all honours with the winner, tough effort.
14, 17, 11 and 7. They've run 130.55, 35.14. The last 600 metres, a short head by a half head, a close finish to start Golden Slipper Day. And it's gone to number 14, Inferencia, trained by Rebecca Dunn, who is also the owner, the outright owner of this horse. Jason Collett, the winning rider. Comes from a wide gate, clears them and leads and wins by a narrow margin. Well done. Congratulations. All the talk this week's been about Newcastle, but it's been about Chris Lees and Nathan Doyle. What about Rebecca Dunn?
Hello, how are you?
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Did you think Inferencia would keep going?
Oh, she loves a fight. She really loves a fight, and she set a good crack and pace for them to chase.
Yeah. What did you talk to Jason about before the race? I mean, was that any sort of plan?
Oh, yeah, no, I wished him luck in the slipper.
You didn't talk about that much?
No, not at all. No, she does what she does, and Jason rides her how she likes it. Oh my God, thank you so much. You're amazing, thank you.
He's made you very happy.
Oh my God, my horse has made me happy.
Well, where does that stand in your career in training, winning a race on Golden Slipper Day?
The most amazing experience of my life.
How long have you been training for?
Since 2013, I think.
Well, not long.
No.
A decade?
Yeah.
More. How many horses you got in work?
At the moment, 3.
3?
Yes.
Who's the best horse?
Oh, my girl.
Well done, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Good on you, Rebecca Dunn. So, yes, move over Chris Lees and Nathan Doyle. Rebecca Dunn has just stolen Golden Slipper Day. Well, at least the start of it, Corey.
Yes, what a great start. And a really big win as well with that.
There was no sniping from the sniper there. He was doing a Timmy Clark.
Exposed on that one.
14, 17, 11 and 7 to the first on Golden Slipper Day with the midway. That'll take us to the Bisley Workwear Opponent Stakes over 1900 to Group 3. We'll be hearing from Jason Collett up next. Big day ahead of him. He's riding Within the Law for Bjorn Baker in the Tab Golden Slipper, of course, on Skyline and Sweet Embrace Day. He rode them both, Rivellino and also Within the Law. He rode the 2-year-old double that day. Hugh Bowman flies in to ride Rivellino and Jason Collett stays with the filly to try and give himself and Bjorn Baker their first slipper. But first, about the midway winner.
Got her running early, not by choice, so she just cleared the gate so cleanly, and then the sort of heat come up and I didn't really want to get in a fight with her, so I just had to let her slide on and do her thing.
You wouldn't want it any further?
No, I said that last start and I said to myself just hold her together for longer, but yeah, I was in that same scenario again.
What did you make of that track?
Yeah, look, lovely. Like I said prior, good grass cover. Obviously played very negative to the inside last week. That rail is out, so we're off hard against it, but obviously I was able to hold on then off, so I think it's pretty fair.
Good start today, well done.
Yeah, very good, thanks.
So there's Jason Collett. So they're cheering in Newcastle with Inferentia winning the opening race. It's Baccio Del Mist. Here is Darren Flindell.
Scraped in from Twin Turbo and Highborn Harry. There's the light. We're ready now. Race 2 here at Rosehill and the gates are back, and Little Buyer as usual jumps sharply off the inside and is the initial leader from Sounds of Heaven. It's a knockout's pretty handy in the early part. Now very wide out is Genzano, then came Hinge, Jess and I. Now Harmonious Sonora's out very deep with Genzano as they make the run of the first turn. So Little Buyer in front with Genzano whipping up on the outside and goes up into a clear second. Sounds of Heaven has leaders back on the inside of It's a Knockout, and Harmonious Sonora in a 3-wide position going forward. Then Jess and I, Bridgetine Gell back on the fence in the white cap. Hinge looks to be 3 wide, Positivity even wider. Further back in the field then to La Spirit Dealer, followed by Merib Mount Buller tucked away on the inside of Fun Sunday, and the last 2 Be Real along with Baccio Del Mist. So the 2 greys are the last 2 in the run, and Little Buyer shooting for 4 in a row today. Leads the way at the 1,000 metres by a half on Genzano. Sounds of Heaven getting a terrific run on the back of the speed, followed by Harmonious Sonora on a 3-wide path. It's a knockout between them in 5th. Positivity's cast very wide the entire trip. Then came Bridgetine Gal back on the inside of Jess and I. Hinged is further back from the Spirit Dealer. Merrimount Buller, Fun Sunday. And the last 2, Baccio Del Mist and Be Real is back on the inside running rail. 600 to go. And Little Buyer still travelling in the lead. Genzano's under the pump. So's Harmonious Sonora. Sounds of Heaven creeping right up on the coattails of the leader. It's a knockout looking for room towards the inside, and now Bridgetine Gal starting to pick up. Little Buyer leads at the 350, but Sounds of Heaven is closing in, and Bridgetine Gal is coming off heels with a good run. Merrimount Buller starting to slice through, and Be Real back on the inside, but Sounds of Heaven takes the lead. Merrimount Buller's going up the inside with the final rally. Merrimount Buller goes to Sounds of Heaven, and Merrimount Buller too strong beats Sounds of Heaven, and Bridgetine Gal third in front of Be Real. Further back to Baccio Del Mist, a length and a half then to Hinge from It's a Knockout. Little Buyer weakened out. Then Fun Sunday, Harmonious Sonora from Positivity, La Spirit Dealer. Further back to Genzano and Jess and I.
Mayor of Mount Buller, it's been a year since she was successful in a a benchmark race here at Rosehill. She raced in some better races after that, but she hadn't won a race. She's back into the winners list today, and she showed plenty of dash there to go past Joe Pride's Sounds of Heaven, and Joe's filled the placings there with Sounds of Heaven and Brigadine Girl.
Well, set up beautifully for her, I must say. 5 horses found the fence there, the leader, and then the other 4 have won 1, 2, 3, 4. So Maribel Buller 3 back the rail, behind the leader Sounds of Heaven, last on the fence Be Real, and Brigadine Girl 2 back the fence. So hopefully it's not as bad as we're starting to think, because there's a little highway there so far as fence on fire.
Terrific ride there by Zach Lloyd, Ronnie. You watch him on the top of the straight there. He could have come out around them and come through the sort of the middle of them, up the guts of them, but he elected to stay in onto the fence and bide his time and pick the eyes out of the race. So I think the boys have worked out a little bit of a pattern. Maybe the fence is definitely the place to be, but that was a terrific ride there by Zach Lloyd.
That chopper shot showing exactly what Ron Dufficy was talking about there. Those first 4 across the line all followed the leader on the rail. Well done, Chris. She's maturing into a lovely mare.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, and that's exactly right. She's taking her time to get there. She's always showing glimpses of ability and glimpses of a good win, but today she was just a little bit better than normal, and helped by a great Zach Lloyd ride. Split the needle, threaded the needle at the sort of the 300 metre mark, and that was the difference between winning and running third.
She's got a Group 3 on the board. Have you got any higher targets for her?
We haven't really, but look, these horses are just great horses to have in the stable. Look after them, and they'll keep batting away, so to speak. So I think her best runs are a 2nd and 3rd from a prep, and so probably just a little freshen up. See if there is something at the end of the carnival. Randwick goes for 3 days, so maybe something on the 3rd day, something like that. Thank you.
Congratulations, Zach. Be nice if they worked out like that all the time.
Yeah, the course quickened really well, which obviously helped taking the runs, but the race panned out well. I would have liked a bit more tempo throughout the middle section of the race, but I had faith in my horse's turn of foot. And
thanks, Bernie. Well, these two, there wasn't much between them when we did the preview. 240 and 260. That's completely changed. 240 evens for Diva Cara. Free carry gets out a little bit. 260 out to $2.80, and it is twice as popular Diva Cara as free carry. So it's pretty much one-way traffic here.
Zach Lloyd aboard Maribel Buller coming up the fence in the straight. Zach here on the well fancy. Birdman is drawn pretty wide out. All set now. Racing and jumping quite well off the inside. Listotchka. True Marvellous there with Cleveland. Then came to Abloh Bolt. Now wide out, Our Anchorage is going into a forward roll, and they're followed then by Birdman, who's just dropping in there in the white cap, but caught 3 wide early. Birdman. Then Athabaskan on the fence from Cleveland. Francesco Guardi in the second half of the field in wide. Further back than Mr. Waterville on the inside of Momona. Valiant King 3 wide. Just easing back a little bit. Straft and Manzois are the last 2. So Allow Cants will take the running clearly now at the 1800 metres, and it's the favourite in front of Allow Cants by 2 lengths. Our Anchorage goes to second. Abloh Bolt drops down on the rails, and Birdman has been able to get into 4th position, 1 out, 1 back. So that's been a pretty good piece of riding there from the wide gate. The second favourite is up running 4th as they head to the back. Then Listotchka on the rail, half the outside there in the white cap at this point is True Marvel. They're followed then by Arthur Baskin from Cleveland, Mr. Waterville, Francesco Guardi covering a bit of ground on the outside of Momona. Then came Valiant King, Straft and Manzois is the last one. They're at the halfway mark now, 1200 to go, and Clark sitting pretty quiet on the leader here. Allow Cants leads the way by 2 on Our Anchorage second, then Abloh Bolt, half the outside to Birdman, 2 off to Listotchka. They're followed by True Marvel, a length and a half then to Arthur Baskin in advance of Cleveland, Mr. Waterville, the rails, then Francesco Guardi, Momona, then Straft, Valiant Valiant King. Manzoice, the last one, at least a dozen lengths off the lead, so the pace has been genuine from the start. And Alaukans gallops them along by a length and a half to our Anchorage. Then Double Bolt given every chance, a half the outside to Birdman, 2 further back, then to True Marvel under the pump. Listotchka the rails. Now Athabaskan being revved up midfield. Cleveland getting to the outside, but Alaucan starting to open up, turning for home in the Manion Cup. And race 3, 4 in front to our Anchorage. Birdman on the outside is being sealed up, just laying in a little bit, giving away 3 lengths. So Alaucans at the 275, 3 in front. Birdman goes to second, Athabaskan to third, but Alaucans has galloped these into submission with 150 to go. Nothing can get near him. Athabaskan flashing home at the end was Cleveland. Alaucans, different class. That's been a great staying performance. Strathclyde charging home at the end. Might have grabbed second in front of Athabaskan right on the post. Then Cleveland. Well, Birdman didn't see out the trip. Further back, Mr. Waterville from Dablo Bolt, Listotchka, Manzoice, Valiant King, Mamona, True Marvel, our Anchorage, Francesco Guardi last.
Well, it's been a big day for Gay Waterhouse in years gone by on this very day. They've got a big chance in the slipper later on. Gay and Adrian combine here with Al Kents, beating probably Strathday and Athabaskan. Al Kents, look at the margin, Ronnie.
What a ripper mare she is. She just keeps running. And who's to say that she won't run 2 miles? She got lucky there. She missed the start, and I thought, oh, she's going to get chopped. She's going to get chopped out here. And she just got lucky. They didn't close the gap on her, and then she found the front and did what she does best. And she was terrific for Strathtail, who's run well. Athabaskan was cruising in the run and then hit his flat spot when this mare just went for a second wind, and off she goes and makes a one-act affair of it. She's a beauty.
Well done, Adrian. There's something about her.
Yeah, look, she's just a winner. She's incredibly tough, and once she sort of gets out into that rhythm that she's got, she can stay all day, and that's the exciting part about her. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing her relish as she gets up in trip further, and obviously on a Sydney Cup campaign, and she seems to be right on target.
Yeah, so 2 miles, no worries?
I don't think so. From everything that we've seen from her in her races to date, her pedigree, just her pattern, obviously she was getting stronger the further they went today, so I think she's going to tick that box quite easily.
How are your slipper runners for later today?
All seem in great shape. Been happy with the lead-ups that they've had going into it. It's been a faultless week, so they're here in good order, and just going to need a bit of luck in the run.
Good luck.
Thanks very much.
Congratulations, Clarkie. Gee, she's a tough mare.
Yeah, she just takes a little bit of time to get into stride that first 100. It's about the only nervous times throughout the race, really. Once she gets there, she'll just sit against you a little bit, but she just wants to gallop. She just wants to free roll, and she's just got such a big action. Covers the ground so well. Thought she'd really trained on from her first up win, and thought we saw that today. She was very dominant.
In the enclosure, I didn't notice her get worked up like she did today at Randwick.
Yeah, I think the couple of times I've ridden her away from Randwick, she seems to get a bit of a sweat up. Back at Randwick, not having to travel, she's a bit calmer, but obviously it doesn't affect her performance, and she's definitely on an upward spiral.
2 mile?
Yeah, I think she'll run that out on her ear.
Well done.
Thanks.
This one is supposed to be better. Let's find out what happens. Autumn Glow in the Derby Munro Stakes.
There's the light, and we're ready to go. Racing now, and Autumn Glow jumped out pretty well. There's lots of speed, flying for fun and enriched in particular. Autumn Glow's going to position right up there with them from Sergeant Major, then Gangster Granny. Ikasara beaten for speed, so's Yoshinobu as Fearless darts up the fence, then Catch the Glory. Further back then to Alabama Stakes, Steel Strikers drifting back. They're followed after a length and a half to Liston's Last. Let's Face the Music, Pisces, and Clear Proof is the last one. Flying for fun, showing great speed. Out by 2.5. Enriched second, and the favourite Autumn Glow to a clear third. 2 lengths away then to Gangster Granny on the outside of Sergeant Major. Further back to Fearless on the inside of Ikasara. Then Catch the Glory and Yoshinobu as they turn. And Flying for Fun spins in front by a length and a half. Enriched is quickly pouncing on the outside, and Autumn Autumn Glow. Under a vigorous ride's going after Enrich. Enriched about a half to Autumn Glow. Gangster Granny going to third. Autumn Glow knuckling down now. Joins Enrich. Autumn Glow gets the head in front and the filly's back with a bang. Autumn Glow roars away to win the Derby Munro, beating Enriched and Gangster Granny. Sergeant Major running into fourth, followed by Flying for Fun, then Caps the Glory, Alabama State. Fearless came wide. Pisces making some headway. Further back, Ikasara from Yoshinobu. Steel Strike clear proof. Liston's last. Let's face the music.
This is all class. Absolute class. Unbeaten. She comes back and wins the Derby Munro. It hasn't been the smoothest of preparations, but Chris Waller had to pick a race for her to return in. He picked the 1200 metres Derby Munro Stakes, and she's done it with ease. Enrich looked to be jogging and she went straight past him. What sort of time have they run over the 1200 metres here today? We'll check that in a moment. Can't wait to see her again.
No, definitely not. She's a showstopper. Yeah, she had to be ridden out of her comfort zone. He was at her. But the afterburners went in there late and she really dug in. She's a really good filly. She says "Lady Who" as she goes past the post, and she has got an enormous future because it's all upside from here. He was terrific first time 1200. Not his first try at 1200, but he was really good there. He cruised up Enriched and just was beaten by a potential star. Gangster Granny, the money was right for her. She was way up and graded, did a really good job, and he'll keep for another day. Sergeant Major there as well. He's gone good. So all honours, she was in the pain barrier for a long way there, but she just keeps finding and finding and finding.
Totally agree with you, Ronnie. Like she was taken out of her comfort zone there when Tyler Schiller on Gangster Granny tried to hold obviously J-Mac out off the fence to keep him in a 3-wide line. He had to obviously ride her forward, get her into a spot and then try and give her a breather. She only got a soft breather, I'd say, for a good furlong, but then she come under pressure topping the straight and just the class kicked in there about the 150 metre mark. She is a superstar, this horse.
What a wonderful return.
Yeah, great return. You're never quite sure until they're under race pressure. It's just like a game of footy. Doesn't matter how well you're training or how well your pre-season games are. You have to turn up race day, game day. So it was good to see her do that, and we asked her to do it. She didn't get her own way. We asked her to jump. We put her in the race. She travelled into the straight like with purpose, and took a while to go through her gears, but it was just great to see her strong the last 100 metres.
And she's not a 1200 metre horse, is she?
I don't think so, but we're still learning about her. I think she's out of a mare that may have been a really good sprinter in South Africa. And the Autumn Sun, I don't know if we ever saw the best of him because he was retired so early.
On this day, in fact.
Yes. So he won over 1200 metres in a really slick time, but was straight up in distance. So, yeah, it's exciting. The Autumn Sun means a lot to us, and he's doing a great job at stud. Now to get a filly by him, it's very special.
Now the tricky part is finding the next race for her, because is there a step up in journey around for her?
I don't think we will, so that probably makes the job a bit easier. Probably go towards an Arrowfield in 3 weeks' time, I think it is. So probably gives us a chance to see if she is a proper sprinter or whether we do need to step up. But I think she'll tell us when she's ready to step up rather than us going up.
You reckon they'll ever clash, Lady Shenandoah and Autumn Glow?
Yeah, they will. Lots of times.
Moving up.
This is the Ranvet, over 2,000 metres, the first of 5 Group 1s on Tab Golden Slipper Day. Here's Darren Flindell.
First one's in.
Locked and loaded. The first of 5 Group 1s, and the starter says go in the Ranvet Stakes, and jumping well towards the inside. Full Count Felicia. Golden Path away well. Lindemann away well. Their Sustainer just flops in behind them, and so does Faulkner Park in the early stages, with Alma Beer just 3 horses wide now, 2 horses wide. So Full Count Felicia in front in the early stages, with Lindemann striding up on the outside. So National Willer in the seat here on the American mare. there. Full Count Felicia shows the way, and Lindemann, who's usually ridden by Nash, is going to take a sit in second spot. Golden Path third. Via Sistina moves to fourth now from Alma Beer, and a length off to Faulkner Park as they work down the back. And the Glamour Mare from America, Full Count Felicia, now with Yulong Australia, shows the way by 2. Lindemann in second position, and Via Sistina inching a bit closer on the inside of Golden Path. Alma Beer ridden with restraint, and Faulkner Park is happy to sit back last of all. So Full Count Felicia leading as expected. Inside the halfway mark at a controlled pace by Nasrawilla. Full Count Felicia by 2.5 to Lindemann. Golden Path in third, just as Via Sistina locked up momentarily on the rails. 3/4 to Alma Beer, and Faulkner Park last about 6 off the lead. So Full Count Felicia free striding in the lead at the 750 by 2 on Lindemann second, then Golden Path, Via Sistina, Alma Beer, and Faulkner Park is last of all. So Full Count Felicia at the 450 leads the way from Lindemann, and now McDonald peels 3 wide on Via Sistina. Into the straight now. Lindemann got the better of Full Count Felicia, but here comes Via Sistina roping in Lindemann. Faulkner Park going to third, but Via Sistina rests the lead now from Lindemann. Inside the 150, Faulkner Park goes to third, but Via Sistina celebrating her anniversary with 7 Group 1s in Australia. The greatest in the land, Via Sistina. Won it by 2 lengths to Lindemann. Faulkner Park at odds runs third, and Full Count Felicia and needed the Australian hit out fourth. A gap to Golden Path, and Alma Beer was last in.
She does it again, and she does it with ease. How are they ever going to beat her? Who's going to beat her? Via Sistina, James McDonald and Chris Waller. 113 career Group 1s for J-Mac. 176 for Chris Waller. McDonald's closing in on Oliver, and Waller's closing in on 200. Via Sistina wins the first Group 1 of the day. It's a Waller Quinella with Lindemann second, and Faulkner Park is in third.
Yeah, what can you say about her? Everything's been said about her in the past, and I'm sure it's going to be said about her in the future. What she's done here in Australia is amazing. She had them covered once she peeled on the turn. She was in touch with them. He was a little kind to her, give her a wake up the last little bit there, and she just does what she has to do and keeps delivering. Lindemann, he bounced back well there, had every hope there, and Faulkner Park, another very good run from him. He's flying at the moment, but he's just run into an absolute star.
She is, Ronnie. She's an absolute freak. Obviously, what you see is what you get. She just posied up there. I think J-Mac, for around about the half mile, he would have been having a little bit of a panic, thinking, what am I going to do here? But then once he got to about the 600 metre mark and he pushed Golden Path out of the way and give her a little bit of clean air, the race was pretty much all over at the top of the straight. So another massive win there by her.
Chris Waller this season has now won 15 Group 1 races, 6 of them with Via Sistina. We'll be back with those interviews with Chris and J-Mac, and also the Rosehill Guineas. It's a great life, Chris, rolling out of Autumn Glow and saddling up Via Sistina.
Yeah, it's a privilege. She lit up our life literally 12 months ago today, and we had no idea what we were working with. And even that day, it was a Group 1 win, but who would have thought she's gone on to win 7 Group 1s now and throw a Cox Plate in there and other big feature Australian Group 1 races.
But you want a Queen Elizabeth now, and you couldn't have had a better prep run for that race?
It was perfect. Yeah, she had an economical run throughout. She was travelling well enough to angle out on the turn and just went through her gears nicely, and when the pressure comes into a race, that's when she knows how to perform.
And is she the type of mare where you've got her to the top, you've just got to keep her there?
Yeah, I thought she might have actually got away on me a little bit today. So I think there's improvement to come, believe it or not. That's what her weights would suggest. She just did a bit too well in between runs.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Kasuki goes in. Here's Darren Flindell for the Rosehill Guineas.
Go. In the Sky Racing Rosehill Guineas over 2,000 metres, broadsiding out to 280 at the death in the Rough and Racing. And Plymouth has the head in front early from Checkmate. Gold Rush Guru being sent forward. Aliana posies up nicely. Then Mallorca Sunset. Swift Falcon a bit handy in the run. And broadsiding's caught a little bit wide in the early part. McDonald's looking over the shoulder to see if he can drop him, but he's caught 3 wide for the time being. Followed by Savour the Dream, our benefactor, and Kasuki's last of all. So broadsiding 3 wide going into the bend. And the leader is Gold Rush Guru. Jump to the front, and now Mellum puts the brakes on as broadsiding goes forward on the outside, and broadsiding will race up into second position to avoid being caught wide. Then Mallorca Sunset and Savour the Dream, one of the long shots of the field, being sent forward. They're followed just behind the speed to Plymouth in the Navy cap down on the rails. So Mallorca Sunset back to 5th. Then came Aliana. Further back to Checkmate, 2 off to Burn and Win. Swift Falcon, who was pretty handy in the early stages, is back 3rd last now on the running line from our benefactor and Kasuki. Gold Rush Guru switches off in the lead, just being pestered a little bit here by Savour the Dream, the outer. A length and a half to Plymouth, and broadsiding. He did some work early, but McDonald's got him 4th. 1 out, 1 back now at the 750. Further back, Mallorca Sunset on the outside of Aliana. Swift Falcon starting a run. Doesn't want to give away too much. Start against broadsiding, and Swift Falcon's making a very fast run coming to the turn. Gold Rush Guru being eyeballed by Savour the Dream. Plymouth locked up now from broadsiding, and Swift Falcon the outside. Mallorca Sunset is next into the straight now, and just in front Gold Rush Guru, Savour the Dream, but broadsiding letting down now. Swift Falcon a length behind. Broadsiding 200 to go. Leads by a length on Swift Falcon. Aliana making some headway. Broadsiding in front, 150 to go. Swift Falcon's in for the fight. Broadside kicking. Aliana flashing home at the end. The filly's flying and lunges. Oh, photo finish in the Rosehill Guineas. Broadsiding and Aliana. Oh, nothing in there. Swift Falcon 3rd, Plymouth 4th. Get back to Burn and Win. Mallorca Sunset, Checkmate. Gold Rush Guru, our benefactor, Savour the Dream, and Kasuki. Hang on to your hats. The filly Aliana lunging. Broadsiding was trying to grip on.
Who's won it? Broadsiding was in front everywhere but the post. Aliana's put in one almighty lunge at the end. Broadsiding. McDonald just showing him the whip. Here's the filly. She got out late. She flashes. And there's the noses on the line. Broadsiding. Broadsiding has won it. Wins his 4th Group 1. He's second as a 3-year-old to go with his 2 in his juvenile year. And he's beaten the filly who's run out of her skin, and if she got out earlier, who knows what would have happened. Broadsiding beats Aliana in a thrilling Rosehill Guineas.
A race that might take half an hour to dissect, and that's all I know, so we'll have a few more looks at that. They're all saying, how's he going to find a position? He found it, 1-1. Took him a while, but he found the 1-1 McDonald. That made the difference. The filly, she had a beautiful spot, but they were coming back in a lap, so she had to come wide, and legitimate excuses there. And then Swift Falcon had to make an 800-metre run, so there's a lot of merit in that performance. So we're none the wiser, other than saying we've got our winner, Broadsiding, who knows how to win a race.
Yeah, what a horse, what a ride. Like you said, Ronnie, everyone was umming and ahhing about what J-Mac was going to do. He went forward, he got into his normal spot, 1-1, but once he got to the spot, he did have to do a bit of work getting there, but once he got there, he really took the speed out of the race and just rode the horse rather than the race. His game, she was very unlucky, I think, Aliana. She even got brushed and bumped at about the 200-metre mark and just probably took the wind out of her sails as well, but all honours with the winner. He's a little ripper.
Back-to-back Group 1s for James McDonald. He now goes to 114 career Group 1s, and James Cummings hits 52. Broadsiding wins the Rosehill Guineas, coming back to scale, the 2nd Group 1 of the day.
His great tenacity, his will to win, his grit and determination, and he found a way to win.
Yeah, he
wasn't entitled to win, but that's what good horses do, and he showed why he has stamped himself as the best 3-year-old over that trip.
Made your work early?
Yeah, for sure. I wasn't really that comfortable, but I wasn't comfortable when the draw come out, so open plan, go with the flow,
it worked out from the 1200 onwards, but if it didn't work out, it was going to be pilot error, wasn't it?
The George Rider of 2025. Starter about to release them. Bit of movement wide out. They settle and they're off and racing here in the George Rider, and Militarised was sharp into stride. Gringotts being sent forward together with Royal Patronage right there on the rails, and Royal Patronage will lead from Gringotts. Militarised. Chaya Wolf is pretty handy to the action together with Steffi Magnetica. Then came Fangirl. She's caught 3 wide early from Kovalika, Port Lockroy. Then Tom Kitten, Buckaroo and Celestial Legend last of all. So Royal Patronage makes the running out by a length on Gringotts with Militarised in third. 2 lengths away to Chaya Wolf, Steffi Magnetica and Fangirl. She'll have to be content with sitting 3 wide the trip. Then Port Lockroy from Kovalika. Tom Kitten moves up. She'll grab the mares back. Back second last is Buckaroo at 1/2 Celestial Legend. Royal Patronage in front down the side. 7.50 to go by length on Militarised. Gringotts well positioned. Steffi Magnetica goes to an outright 4th now. Chaya Wolf back on the rails. Fangirl's been 3 wide from the start. Then Kovalika, Port Lockroy, Tom Kitten, well back Buckaroo and Celestial Legend. So Royal Patronage under a good grip. Gringotts presents in second. Then Militarised. Chaya Wolf going up the fence. Steffi Magnetica the outer, and 2 for the back to Fangirl. In front Royal Patronage with Gringotts looming large on the outside. Gringotts moved up to Royal Patronage. Chaya Wolf is coming through the middle, and Fangirl, she's still in it wide out. Fangirl, Chaya Wolf and Gringotts, 3 of them in it. Fangirl the outside lunges at Gringotts, and another thriller. Fangirl, Gringotts, a half head away to Chaya Wolf. Then came Royal Patronage, Tom Kitten close up. Further back Kovalika, Port Lockroy, Militarised, Celestial Legend, and Buckaroo was one of the last to finish.
Okay, Gringotts and Fangirl. Fangirl is the widest. They're wide apart here. White cap, Tommy Berry on Gringotts. Wolf is in the centre, and Fangirl, how dare she keep coming like that? Gringotts, Wolf, Fangirl. She's lunging. Is she going to come there in time? No, Gringotts has held on by a nose. Gringotts has won it by a nose. Fangirl will be second. Wolf will be third. They're all Group 1 winners in that race, except for Gringotts. He was the only one yet to win a Group 1. Well, guess what? He's joined them today.
What racing we have here today. What racing do we have? So competitive, and the race fell into his lap. He took advantage of it. Tommy had confidence in the horse and he gets the job done, but how brave was she? $5 she finished, Fangirl, and she was just outstanding, having to make a long sustained run. He's on target, don't worry, Chaya Wolf. He's gone really well, fighting, desperate for the mile now, desperate for a mile. And Tom, lovely little Doncaster trial. What a race that's going to be, the Doncaster Mile this year, along with all the others we've got. But that's his race today. He's gone from strength to strength, this horse. He's just got his confidence flying the last 2 preps, but a great contest.
What about Tommy Berry? He's only just returned from injury.
He's done an amazing job, Tommy. This horse through the line the other day was super strong. Tommy come in with a smile like a Cheshire cat in a fowl house.
Here is Gringotts coming back. He won a big dance, a gong, and now he's won a George Rider. The Slipper is next. What about the rise of Gringotts?
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. He put the writing on the wall last start, and his target was this race and then the Donny. So far he's on track. Super ride by Tommy. Understands the horse really well. Can't thank my team enough. And James Harding, the horse trains up at the beach at Newcastle, and he just thrives up there. So. He's been building, and he's on to the Donny next.
So you felt he was a Group 1 winner in the making?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I think he blew the clock up the last 600 last start. Yep. So stepping up and trip was ideal, and you could feel he was sort of building. Fangirl's obviously very hard to beat, but she always is. But fantastic.
Well done, Kieran.
Cheers.
Congratulations, Tom. The writing was on the wall last start. You were smiling when you crossed the line last start, but what about today?
Yeah, I was smiling for a different reason. It wasn't for winning, but it was just good to see him come back the way he did. And you paid the believers, and we're guys that part of the ownership team, and Kieran and Joe and all their team at home there. He came to me in the middle of the mounting yard today and he said, I know Doncaster's our main aim, but I couldn't have him any better for today. And he turned up, and he's just a war horse. He knows where the line is, and he fought hard to win today.
Everything went to plan.
Yeah, it did. I didn't really want Zach there, to be honest with you. And I dropped to the fence and I was like, I've done you a favour. But he just cruised up underneath me. I was just hoping Royal Patronage would take me further into the straight, and when he was left sitting dark, I knew he's been in that position a couple of times before, and he was just way too good. So it's a pretty good feeling, Brown.
Well done, mate.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
King of Pop goes in. This is the tab. Golden slipper worth $5 million.
Up a bit there. She's been very fiery in the yard here. Blake Shin just nudging away at her to keep her mind on the job, and she's jumped all right, tempted. About midfield, Rivellino's going to settle last. Skyhook jumped well, so did Belazane, far-sided, and Mahuna right there. Military Tycoon in the thick of the action as well. So Belazane's working hard, trying to cross North England. Far side of the outside, so the stablemates, 1, 2, 3. Military Tycoon fourth, then Mahuna, Skyhook. King of Pop's out wide. There's been an incident back in the field within the laws out of play. Tempted about midfield in the white cap. Devil Knight out wide, then Tycoon Star. Further back, quietly arrogant. Baywalkers right off the track. So's West of Swindon. Wotan's well back about third last, and then Rivellino. Belazane leads around the corner. It's Belazane in front by length on far-sided. Then North England, Military Tycoon, Mahuna. Further back, King of Pop, Baywalk, Devil Knight, West of Swindon down the outside. Belazane is being tackled now by North England. Mahuna starting to slice through. Tempted getting close to heels. Wotan making some ground. Mahuna got to the front. 100 out. Wotan on the scene. Mahuna in front from Wotan. Tempted is flashing home. Mahuna and Wotan, and Mahuna and nose to Wotan. Another thriller, but I think Mahuna and nose. Tempted flashing home to third when clear, followed by Rivellino. A big run from last. Then came North England from Belazane, Military Tycoon, Skyhook, Devil Knight, King of Pop, Tycoon Star, Baywalk, West of Swindon, quietly arrogant. And there was an incident within the law. He made contact with the rails in the back, and Jason Collett. We'll run a check there on Jason. The horse is quite fine. It has finally completed the course. Photo finish.
We'll get a report on Jason Collett as soon as we can. Mahuna, the filly who scraped into the field with under $100,000 in prize money. She was touch and go to make the field last week. Today she gives the Freedman name another slipper. Michael wins his second to go along with Stay Inside's victory only a couple of years ago. And Damien Lane wins another slipper. He won on Kiamichi. He wins it with a filly again. And the filly Mahuna has beaten the big colt Wadton in a golden slipper thriller.
Unbelievable. And she wasn't even in the race for forever. And Sunday there was an inkling, or Saturday afternoon there was an inkling she might make the field, and she made it, and she drew the barrier. She was given a perfect Damien Lane ride, absolutely perfect for the day. And I'm not saying James McDonald's ride wasn't good as well. He angled through on the inside there. 2 more strides, probably an extra 100 million in the bank for the Coolmore, but they don't need the money. It's all about the filly. The filly beats the colt.
Yeah, I thought it was a terrific ride by Damien Lane there. Obviously drawn good. 3 pairs back, but just when he chimed in, Ronnie, like there was actually all over the track there. It looked like there was going to be chances everywhere, but once Damien got really clear running and he got through, the gears that this horse had really lengthened well. Oh, what a finish. This is great racing.
Tempted's going to be third. And fourth home officially is Rivellino. Fifth home was Devil Knight. Now, can we get an eye on Jason Collett over there in the back straight. It happened so quickly. He got up and he got in the car and he's fine. He got up, he's okay. So Damien Lane, the boy from Bunbury, in the West. It was a big day when he won for Godolphin on Kiamichi, and he does it again, winning his 37th Group 1 and his 5th for the season. His second slipper. And those colours successful again, Esther Jarb and Moss Fun. So Emirates Park up there at Blandford at the edge of the New England, north of the Upper Hunter. Number 13, Mahuna, will come back with Damien Lane to greet Michael Freedman, the winning trainer. They both win their second slipper, and we'll be catching up with them here at Rosehill very soon.
Congratulations, mate. How's that feel?
Yeah, great. Obviously gave her a good chance coming in. Michael gave her a great chance. She was the last one in the field on Tuesday morning, so yeah, great that she made it in, and she was just super.
Take us through the race.
Just executed what I wanted to do perfect. I thought I could begin well and cross those with moderate speed inside me, get to the rail, then get a cosy run, and then just hopefully pick my way through them. So you always have plan A, and it doesn't often to come to fruition in big races. It can all change, as you know, once the barrier's open, but it all worked out perfect, and she showed a great turn of foot.
What about how game she was when Woden come to her?
Yeah, she was great. I thought he had us. At the 100, she just floated a touch, and I thought, she's peaking on her run, but she just gave me one more effort and just gritted her teeth and done enough.
Well done, buddy.
Thank you.
Well done, Michael. Congratulations.
Thank you.
7 days ago, you weren't even sure you were going to be here.
I know. Yeah, it's the ups and downs of racing. It's incredible. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I felt we had the right sort of filly if we could sneak into the field, and most, probably, I don't know, most years you wouldn't. But to sneak in, at the 11th hour, and also to get a jockey of the quality of Damien Lane. I don't know, I just sort of felt maybe the stars were aligning a little bit, but I just want to make a special mention to my staff. I don't think it happens enough, and I've got such an incredible group of staff who are all sort of here, and Sophie, who's my right-hand lady, and Ben. She's over there crying somewhere.
Great edition of the Galaxy. The last of our 5 Group 1s today, and they're all set. There's the light. We're ready to go. Set now. And they're racing. Commemorative was last out of the gates, and Front Page jumped sharply together with Private Harry, Uncommon James. And going up towards the inside, there is Time to Boogie in the early part, with Eagle Nest rushing around the outside of the field. IME snags back midfield, being passed by Growing Empire. Then came Lady Laguna in the early part. Estriella up on the outside. Now Commemorative is trying to make ground on the inside, doing so. In advance of Jeddah Bill, Dragonstone and Briasa was snagged back to last. Front Page being eyeballed by Eagle Nest. Private Harry with cover on the outside of Time to Boogie. Further back in the race then, as they straighten up into the straight, is Uncommon James from IME, and further back then to Commemorative. She's about 6 off them. Front Page in front. Private Harry is launching a big attack on the outside, and Private Harry eyeballs Front Page. Then Uncommon James, Briasa 6 off them down the outside. Private Harry hits the lead from Front Page. Private Harry becomes a general in the Group 1 Galaxy. Private Harry ran down Front Page. Uncommon James third, followed in by Briasa with a good run down the outside, and Growing Empire close up. Further back IME, then Lady Laguna, Jeddah Bill, Estriella, Dragonstone, Time to Boogie and Eagle Nest.
Oh, they're just wild about Harry. They love him. And Nathan Doyle and Ash Morgan have realised a dream here today, winning their first Group 1, and they've done it together. Ash Morgan, 10 out of 10. And Nathan Doyle for preparation, 11 out of 10. Ash Morgan high in the air. Private Harry remains unbeaten, and at his 5th start, he wins one of Australia's premier sprints, the Kiora Galaxy.
Well, good luck to him. He's done an amazing job with him. He had confidence to run him in a race like this first up. He's a colt. He's a Group 1 winner. He's well bred, and his future's secure. and he hasn't finished yet. So he was fantastic there. What a brave run from front page. He was softened up there by Eagle's Nest, and he was entitled to be out on his feet there late. He had the height even for one fleeting second, maybe fight back. And Common James had really come on from that run. Growing Empire was okay, but Briasa, considering circumstances, he's the real thing. So, but that's not saying the winner's not. He's up there, he's popular, he's untapped, he's unbeaten.
You can only win, Ronnie, and that was just a terrific ride by Ash. Obviously well prepared by Nathan Doyle. I just loved how it's set up for him. He obviously landed in the 1-1. He drew soft. He was always going to get that soft run, but the race was run at a terrific tempo for him. He started to get on the chewy, coming up to about the 600, and he had to pop off the horse's heels that was directly in front of him just to give him that little bit more galloping room. But, gee, I love this horse. He's will to win, I think, super.
And now he's a Group 1 winning colt. He's a 3-year-old colt by Harry Angel. And now he gets a Group 1 on the board. So a Newcastle boy is the trainer, and a Welshman, a proud Welshman, as the jockey. Ash Morgan coming back to scale. They've done it together. He's been on board the whole time, and he's been the biggest go of the day. The biggest go of the day, apart from Wadton in the slipper when they put the extravagant odds on that slipper runner-up. This crowd's giving Ash Morgan and Private Harry the reception that he deserves as he comes back, a very popular horse, a very popular winner with punters. So I'm sure Nathan and Ash are going to celebrate this maiden Group 1 victory of theirs. The boy from Wales coming down through the race now, and he'll come under the Golden Slipper arch, realising a dream. The Corinda Bloodstock boys are here. So much faith in this horse all the way through. Here he comes. Well done. Good on you. Group 1 winning trainer, eh?
That'll take a while to sink in.
Group 1.
It'll take a while to sink in. It's what I've ever dreamed of. Training racehorses and to be here and to win a Group 1. Just to remember the picture I drew my uncle when I was 8-year-old, how many horses I was going to train. Little did I know they weren't going to be Palominos and paint horses, but that's just sort of had it in me from a young age. It's all I ever wanted to do. Just loved horses. And moments like these, they're unbeatable.
The plan you put into place. You only had eyes for the Galaxy after the Sunshine Coast. You've been waiting and waiting. How have you kept him together?
Just playing back. He's pretty bomb-proof. He looks after himself. He does. Everything's right at home. He eats, sleeps, drinks, gets on with the job. And after I won the Sunlight, good mates Chris Lees, and he goes, look at the Galaxy and plan your way back. And that's how we end up here. He said, 3-year-olds, good record. Smith went there. He said that bloke can do it too.
He looks push button out there. Is that how you describe him?
Yeah, and he can take a sit. Like people said, his second trial mightn't be flattering, but when he's going that slow tempo, that's not his go in trial speed. The way he high balls up in front, he breaks it hard. I thought Briasa was sort of going to run us down there for hot speed. It sort of loomed into it, but he just keeps going. Like Briasa probably peaked a little bit, and that's just his greatest asset. He can ride that speed and keep going.
Can he run a really solid 1200, and will you now start to let yourself dream of an Everest?
Definitely. I think he's holding them again on the line, so 1200, if he's running that speed early, he's going to keep going, and they're going to have to be sort of gassed to sort of be there with him. But look, we'll just get through today. We'll probably head on to the TJ in a couple of weeks, and we'll work things out from there. But this to the Corinda guys and Sean, they just let you do your job, and it makes it easy, and they buy nice horses, and the staff at home, all the credit goes to them. I wouldn't be here without them.
And a word on Ash Morgan.
We come a long way from going to the Sky 2s and non-tabs trying to get winners when we first started, and to stick with him and to see where he's ended up. Australia's home to him now, and we're his family.
Good on you, mate. Well done.
Thank you.
Good on you.
like as a youngster, when I was 14 riding work, I thought it'll happen for me straight away. I'll have 18, I'll have 10 Group 1s. I'm 34, and until this horse come along, it didn't look like it was in sight. So I'm so grateful for everyone, the team, the horse, and wow.
It just set up so perfect in the run.
It did, yeah. Look, my concern was that I landed outside lead, and Eagle Nest couldn't cross us because he is a competitive horse, so he can get fired up. But when I was able to let her go, he relaxed really well, and you saw him when I straightened up. He just went straight up underneath me, and I really think he'd improve for it too.
You looked terrific there when you popped off their backs at about the 500.
Yeah, no, that's right. Well done. Thank you, Matt. Thank you. He was, and actually when I came out, I just took another pull out of it. I thought, what am I doing? Just get going.
Well done, bud.
No,
enjoy
thank you, Corey. Cheers. Thank you.
Well done.
There's the light. Ready to go. Outback Miss, a heavily back favourite here. We're ready. Racing, and Osmar jumped well, so did Miss Hellfire. The favourite Outback Miss has jumped handily, drifting on the improve together with Buller Win, and Springlee wide out surging forward. She's an A-lister taken back together with Coco Jambu, Cozy Corner. Rose Bloom settles last of all, so Osmar in front, out by a length and a half. Springlee works to second, drifting, firing up in third from Miss Hellfire, and Buller Win a bit deep going into the bend, trying to ease in, but kicking through. There is Outback Miss to keep Buller Win 3 wide. She's an A-lister back on the fence there, followed then by Coco Jambu, Cozy Corner and Rose Bloom. So Osmar after the sharp start leads the way by a half on Springlee, then drifting Miss Hellfire. Buller Win 3 wide the trip, and Outback Miss is trying to push into the clear, doing so now. Osmar at the 300 in front from Springlee, then drifting. Outback Miss, Buller Win, she's an A-lister all over heels. Osmar's going well at the 200, 2 lengths clear from Springlee. Outback Miss, and then came Coco Jambu, but Osmar well clear inside the last 50 metres. She's an A-lister flashing home. Osmar beats the fast finishing She's an A-lister. Coco Jambu third, Outback Miss, Every Hope fourth. Then Springlee, Cozy Corner, Miss Hellfire drifting. Buller Win weakened out, and Rose Bloom was last to finish.
Osmar for Anthony and Sam Freedman. Kieran McAvoy in the saddle has led all the way here. In the Godolphin blue for Anthony and Sam Freedman. She's an A-lister. Josh Parr, Björn Baker will be second, and the returning Coco Jambu will get into third. So it's number 10, Osmar, McAvoy, and the Freedmans to cap off a good day for the family. Brother and Uncle Michael won the Golden Slipper earlier. Into fourth spot will be number 7, Outback Miss.
Yeah, just sheer speed, wasn't it? She just cleared them easily. We knew she had speed. They used it today, and that was to her advantage. Was a little query at 1,200 metres, but not today at all. She just travelled, found the right part of the track and sprinted. It was a one-act affair. Just had to switch course the second horse at a vital stage in the straight, and probably should have made it a little bit more interesting. Coco Jambu, look, she's run her usual good first up performance there. Disappointing the favourite. She presented probably in the wrong part of the track, but that doesn't matter. She had every possible chance, and I'm not making excuses for her. But a worthy winner, used her speed to her advantage.
She did, Ronnie, and from that tricky gate, McAvoy give her a squeeze, and I thought she might end up settling outside a little bit. Kieran was happy to go on with it and take the race by the scruff of the neck, but I love just her high cruising speed, and when Kieran gave her a bit of a kick in the belly at the top of the straight, she just extended and had their mercy.
Okay, you and Ronnie got a lot of replays to watch tonight, because there's a lot of things, there's been hidden things happening out there on the track that you're going to have to go right through.
It's been an absolute great day's racing. You know, some of those close finishes in the Group 1 were terrific. Yeah, so a lot to dissect, but can't wait.
Next week it'll be the Viner in the Tancred. What a race the Viner is going to be. We're going to see Treasure the Moment come up here, the Victorian filly, and we can't wait to see in Sydney. She's taken all before her down there in Victoria. We'll review the New Zealand Oaks today. Like Lucy won the New Zealand Oaks. She's coming across to join Chris Waller, hopefully for the Sydney Oaks, the Australian Oaks, on day 2 of the championships. Everyone wants Macca's goggles as he comes back. Corey will be catching up with Kieran McAvoy to wrap up the day. Tim Ryan was Was that something out of the wreck?
Yeah, it was definitely something out of the wreck. She was largely unfancied, a big drifter today, and left alone in front. Great ride by Karen McAvoy. So something to leave on, and a little bit of juice to heading towards next week. And looking forward to next week, in the Tancred, we get to see likely Dubai Honour, Vauban, Arapaho, so that looks like a great race. And Treasure the Moment, the Victorian filly, she's odds on in the Vinery.
She's odds on, is she?
Yeah, $1.70.
$1.70 now. She just keeps getting skinnier.
Yeah, so $3.50 the second pick there, Aliana, if the stable chooses to back up. Maybe they might be a bit closer together if she turns up here next Saturday.
And Ronnie, Joe Pride's got a decision to make too, because he was either going to back up Chewolf next week in the Neville Selwood, or go to the Doncaster and then back up into the Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, and he's the type of bloke, as soon as he makes a decision, he'll let us all know, that's for sure. When he makes a decision, he lets the press know pretty quickly, whether it's on social media or texting around the journos, so we'll know soon enough.
James Cummings saying earlier today with broadsiding that an overseas trip's on the card. He wouldn't make a decision just yet, but I think he was thinking Royal Ascot, but no decision made, of course. Okay, here's Karen McAvoy, winner of the last.
She just dominated up in front.
She did, Brownie, yeah. Didn't surprise me either, because she'd been running nicely. I was actually happy to draw an outside gate, and Anthony had been happy with her. She'd just been drawing in, and in the shorter run races, she's been sort of cluttered up, and it's not to her liking. Her good runs down south were when she was able to get to the front, have a little breast, and then kick, and that's what she did then.
For a big mare, she's got plenty of toe.
Yeah, she has. I was really concentrating on the break, and she got out well, and I thought, right, first box is ticked, and to her credit, she was able to roll home, so nice to get a winner.
From a packed Rosehill Gardens, we say goodbye, and we'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock for Thoroughbred Weekly for a huge wrap-up, a 90-minute show with Corey, Ronnie and myself.